All right, y'all, get in here, because I have one of our fabulous team members, Melanin Bay, on, and she is. You know what I enjoy about you? You are one of the people where we DM each other and we talk and everything like that. So start out as a viewer, found out about it. Well, you talk about the past. How'd you even get to OmniBay?
Okay, so how I got to OmniBay is this is actually where I started at following MJ. And I thought to myself, I'm one of those people where I feel like if I see someone at a certain status or on a certain level, I want to know how you get there. I want to get up there too. Hell, I want to climb the ladder too, right? Mm-hmm. So I started following you, and I was like, I wonder what he does. And then that's when you finally said, "Oh, I'm into insurance." I was like, I text my friends, I sent it in a group chat. I was like, I think I want to get into the life insurance business, and they were like, Nah, I don't want. I was like, okay. I kid you not, like 2 weeks later, not even 2 weeks, like a week later, yeah. I went up to Atlanta to, it was a rooftop party for Labor Day last year. I wasn't even supposed to be up there. I literally called off of work last minute because all of my family was going. I was like, wait a minute, are y'all trying to leave me out? So last minute, I went up there and I ran into this guy, and he was telling me, he was like, I have my own life insurance agency. I was like, universe, you're talking to me.
Confirmation.
Yep. So I got into it from there. It was a slow process with that agency, simply because the leads, they're advanced to me. So I'm always in debt, like $3,000 in the hole, just in debt.
You're saying that so when you came into it, you were with an agency they gave you leads that put you in debt.
Yeah. They advanced me the leads. Mm-hmm. And which in turn, like, of course, like with us, everyone isn't going to answer their phone. You're not going to catch everyone. You just have to be persistent. So it's literally door knocking. Like, it's literally hot leads. People are requesting the information. But the fact that I'm in debt and it was hard to get out. Literally, when I joined your agency, I got out of the debt and started climbing the ladder. And the agency was looking at me like, where is she getting her leads from? So I was a little reluctant to share my lead source with them, simply because I know how our leads work.
Yeah.
I'm in Florida, so I'm like, okay, this is my field. I'm going to take every time leads come in, I'm going to grab them. Right.
Of course.
But I opened up more states to more states and got licensed in 5-6 other states. Mm-hmm. So now I'm able to grab leads there. I did eventually share my lead source with them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it was easy getting into the process with your agency versus the agency that I was with.
Because you're someone who utilizes our leads a lot. Could you talk a little bit more about the importance of leads? I've seen so many people come into this industry, and they will come in and then they say, "Oh, this industry sucks. I can't make no money in it." And the truth of the matter is, it's because you only try and call your family and your friends. And so, could you talk a little bit more about leads and just sort of why you use them? Because you use them quite regularly.
I do. I actually purchase, if you can see the numbers, I literally purchase over maybe 100 leads a week, if that. And as far as, I just felt like it was more of a convenience for me. The door knocking isn't always good. It burns gas. It's hot. I have 2 children, a 7 and a 14-year-old. Mm-hmm. It was more so of the convenience for me with these leads. And like anything in the sales industry, if you're not, persistent, you're not going to really get anywhere. Like, you literally have to have it in you. Mm-hmm. No, I can give you the product, but I can't make you turn it over.
You can't make someone into success. Let me ask you this. So with your business, because the fact is, like you said, your mom, because I remember even with moving this up today, because I had to move it up a little bit. You're like, okay, I can move some things around because I got to pick up my kids. So your mom, like, you're not somebody who's just sitting here with unlimited time to dedicate to your business. How do you balance it? How do you make it work together?
Well, it's quite easy because my kids are a little bit older. It's way more easier for me. So my 7-year-old knows how to go upstairs and play the game while mommy is working. Like, I try not to have my hours clash. Like, once they're out of school, I try to at least stop working unless I'm working with someone on the West Coast.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So I try to still have that, that mom work balance. Yeah, I'm running my own business, but part of me wanting to run my own business was to take back my time, you know? So I don't want to dedicate all my time here. I was doing it on a 9 to 5. So it works. I just try to make sure that once my kids are out of school, business stops. For me, at least. It doesn't stop completely because I'm still texting and emailing my clients.
Yeah, I got
But
you.
my kids definitely.
There's a boundary there.
Correct.
Now, I know that every day is not a good day when it comes to any business. I'll see Marco because, Marco, he gets our leads too. He goes on there and purchases them like everyone else. And then some days he's like, oh my God, Unc, I closed X number of people today. And then the next day is, Unc, oh my God, I closed one person and the other two I had to reschedule, blah, 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 blah. Every day is not the same high. And I think that some people on their not so great days, they end up judging the business and the industry based on that day, rather than looking at it holistically. How do you motivate yourself on the days where it's just not a good day, rather it's professionally not a good day or just personally, it's just not a good day? How do you push yourself?
I look at it like this. My ideal is to close at least minimum 10 leads a week. That's just minimum. On a good day, I probably end up closing like 15, 20 leads. That's just in that one day. So if I have a couple of bad days out the week, that one day that I went hard, it makes up for that bad day. And even if you end up selling one a day, you still did good. It's better than none.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how I look at it. I look at it as progress, just because it's like, when I was doing insurance in terms of full time, before I kind of moved into doing more of the recruitment aspect of it, I would do the same thing. I would sit there and I would say, these are my hours, right? And I'm going to go through this many leads. And my goal is I want to close, at least for me, I think my goal was too low now. I think back, I was like, if I can get one client a day, client, you always end up getting more. I didn't want to feel like I failed. So I felt like I could at least do one. And then on some days I got 3, or some days I got none, but it always added up in the end, and it was so good and it was so consistent, and it was just, it really was an amazing thing. And what I think got me was that it was so much easier than I thought it would be. Because when I got my license, that took 6 months before I actually really started selling it. So I was afraid to jump on in there and get going. So I guess that'd be my next question for you. Picture it, someone who's just getting their license. They just came to this industry. They passed the test. They're excited. But they're afraid to take that first step. They're afraid to buy that lead. They're afraid to call that lead that they have bought. They're afraid to take that first step. What is your advice to them?
I would say just go for it. I tell people all the time how it happened for me. And just to backtrack just a little bit, remember I told you that I had sent the group chat message to my friends like, hey, I want to get into the life insurance. But they were like, no. Guess what? Those 2 girls took their licenses and now they're about to be up under me. Okay.
Absolutely. That's how it goes.
Yep. They see. I'm like, okay. But I mean, at the end of the day, just jump out there. For me, I was tired of my job. Before I did this, I was working in the travel industry selling cruises. When the pandemic hit, like cruises literally just started selling out this year. And I was like, okay, you either finna sink or swim. My company let off 3,000 people. I could have been in that 3,000 batch. I could have been in that 3,000. And I was like, I could be in the next batch because again, cruises didn't start selling out until 2 years later. So what I did was I was in the process of buying a house. I was praying every single day. I was like, please, Lord, do not let these people cut me. I am so close to closing on my house. If they cut me, everything I work hard for is going to go down the drain.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I got this life insurance business that's right here in my hands. Let me go ahead and take some time off. I'm going to take some time off, So after I came back, I took a leave of absence. I took an additional 2 weeks off because you have that. Like you can take 30 days, 2 weeks, whatever. Take advantage. Vacation time, use it. But I took that time and I used that time. I buckled down. I studied for my license and I got my license. After I closed on my house, I didn't go back to that job.
Good for you.
Next month will be 1 year. I purchased my house.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. I would say just jump out there. Listen, once you jump out there, you have no choice but to sink or swim.
And
You have no choice. And when I say you're going to be doggy paddling to save your life, you're going to do that because you're like, okay, I'm too far to turn back now. I can't. So just go for it. Just go for it.
Just go for it. I love it. And, I will say this before we close out. What I think about is, you're inspiring a lot of people who are watching you right now. And I'm going to make sure that that before we close out, that you let them know how to reach you. But who I know that you're inspiring most? You're 17 and you're 14. I'm sorry, you're 7 and you're 14-year-old. That's who you're inspiring most, because at the end of the day, when your 7-year-old's up there, in the game while you may be working, that baby is thinking, my mama is down there running her business. And that it changes your mindset, because it's like, if she can do that, then what can I do? It opens the options up. And so that's who you're inspiring the most. I think you know that already, but I just want to make sure I call that out as a reminder to you that this is powerful, but it's most powerful for those two that are living right under your roof. So thank you for being that wonderful source of inspiration to them and to others. How do folks reach you?
Okay, so you can reach me at my Instagram is melaninbay _ that's MELANINBEY _ I have a business page in which I don't know why, because I promote all of my business on my personal page anyway, but I still have a business page. It's Melanins with an S _ life insurance. My Facebook is Melanin Life Insurance, which is my business page, and then Melanin Bay as well, business page.
Absolutely. So y'all go ahead, reach out to her, and she serves clients nationwide. So don't hesitate to reach out, because that's why she's here, to make herself a living, breathing representation of someone who's extending her hand to say, I can help you get coverage. I can also help you to make money, or if you like, I can help you to do both. So thank you so much, Melanin, for being on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I enjoyed you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.